Hello everyone and welcome to the Magic Mirror. Today it's going to be about Cthulhu. So without further ado, here we go. It came out in 1928 and we all know that it was H.P. Lovecraft that did it, drawn it and came up with the ideas of Cthulhu and everything like that has to do with that. Also a lot of other horror stuff, so if you're into horror and you're into like being scared and stuff like that, I will definitely recommend the Call of Cthulhu, the first book. I actually were introduced to it on a really young age, or how to say that, and definitely an age where you're not supposed to read Call of the Cthulhu, but I just were drawn to it, and I must admit, like the first books and stuff like that, I really like all of the description. I think like it's really detailed. It has a lot of mythos, and it has a lot of like information about Cthulhu and stuff like that. Of course, there's also a lot about H.P. Lovecraft out there. I'll leave a link to some of the videos that I found that was good, but there's also a lot of bad things in this. But of course you can find both good and bad things about everything. So like I think just H.P. Lovecraft is just one of the examples out there. I actually feel like he should get more credit, or how to say that, because like he invented like Call of Cthulhu. He made us like scared and stuff like that. So I think like he needs more, like, I will not say attention, but he needs more of the positive talk, even though like I know that there was some controversial with him when he was like younger and stuff like that, but also his environment made him like he is, or how to say that. So but without further going into that in too much detail, I'm going to leave links to the videos that I found were the good ones. And now to talk about the movies. Like I haven't seen actually these movies. I was actually surprised that there were movies that actually had good reviews. I saw like small clips from it, but I don't think like this is my cup of tea anymore, because like I grown out of like horror, and I grown out of like the Call of Cthulhu and all of the monster stuff that there is. So yeah, I will say like if it's something for you, I think like maybe these two movies are good. I sadly have only seen this movie that's stupid and not that good, or at least it's not in my mind. Maybe you will like it if you're into like comedy movies, or you're into like kind of B movies where you can sit down with your friends and laugh about how not scary it is. But the only thing I will say that was okay in this movie was the look of Cthulhu himself, but even that was a little bit off. So yeah, I was actually surprised to find out that there's not any anime or any animated fan stuff out there with Call of Cthulhu. Maybe I was just not that in particular good to find the things, but I have been looking all through yesterday, or how to say that, I like, you know, looked for like some time, and then I was just like, oh okay, I'm done with this, because like there's nothing out there. The only thing I could find was The Force of Will. That is a anime. I have not watched this, but I don't know anything about it either, so I won't recommend that. I will instead recommend that you read the books if you're into the horror mythos, and like maybe you try to play it with your D&D friends, because like I know that there is a Call of Cthulhu for the D&D Dungeons and Dragons explain or extra universe, or how to say that, or for extra story lines and stuff. I also know like there's a board game, but I haven't tried this. I have only tried the D&D version, where like the Dungeon Master mixture the Call of Cthulhu with Dungeons and Dragons, and that's actually pretty neat. So if you're into like Dungeons and Dragons and board games and like role playing in those kind of words, like I really think like this is a good idea and something I would recommend for uh Cthulhu fans out there. And of course there's also stuff like my plushie, and there's something that I actually got really surprised about was like Cthulhu actually standed up as a candidate at some point where you could vote on him, and I was just like, not that we're not doing that bad right now, but it could have been like awesome if he won. But yeah, I really do think the mythos of Call of Cthulhu and Cthulhu himself is a really a good thing. Like all of this horror stuff, and he's like one of the monsters that I actually also have been afraid of for some time. But having a plushie of him and being like older, or how to say that, helps on it. There's also movies where we are in little in doubt of it's Cthulhu or it's other entity in it, but I will not go into all of that. And of course, there's spin-off stories with Call of Cthulhu, and there's like the all of this good stuff that is out there, so you can find all of this. And there's also even more board games, for example this card game here that I actually had at some point, but I gave it away to my cousin because like then we could play it together, and I actually think like this is really fun. There's even Cthulhu chibi that is really cute, so I really think like there's a potential for even a newer movie or animated series that could follow Cthulhu or Call of Cthulhu, the mythos and stuff like that. Or maybe even the background story of H.P. Lovecraft, filmatize that and make it into a real life action movie. I don't know, or drama or horror and stuff like that. I just don't know who I wanted as the main lead as H.P. Lovecraft, but yeah, definitely I feel like there's the potential nowadays to make the Cthulhu movie that could look really awesome, because like there's all of these 3D and all of this new age stuff, so I don't understand why there's not a R-rated Cthulhu movie yet out there, but that's just my opinion. So I don't know about you guys, but I do really enjoy everything that there is with it. Also, the read out louds that there is on the internet, like I will put a link to it down below. There's a readout of the basic story, and of course there's a readout of like H.P. Lovecraft's childhood and all of that good stuff. So if you want all of the inspiration, I think like the internet is a good place to go, even though like you will also find stuff that are a little bit too much, or how to say that. But yeah, it's up to you if you wanna go there. I the only thing I can do is to put the things that I feel worst okay, or at least something I would recommend that you watch if you are a Cthulhu fan. But yeah, that's actually all that I had for this Magic Mirror episode. I know that you guys know that there's a lot of other things with Cthulhu, but you can put it in the comments down below and actually maybe surprise me about like if there's an anime, or if there's a cartoon, or if there's anything that I have missed. But I think like the only cartoon where I have seen him in was early 80s something, where he's with Godzilla, or he's with some other creature that is the main theme of that cartoon, so I wouldn't put that in here, and it's as far as I remember, it's not that good. So yeah, but without further ado, this was actually all for the Magic Mirror today, and I think on Monday I will also keep that a surprise, but all that I can say is like that's going to be amazing, and that's going to be something that I really enjoyed from my childhood until now. But yeah, that's actually all. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.